Hello there, my beautiful Leos, and welcome to or welcome back to your channel. This is your weekend reading for this weekend of April 3rd to the 6th. Now, Leo, as you might have seen if you watched your full moon in Libra reading, your ending oracle was a wild card, a portal card. And I do have to say, I feel like there has been a huge energy and timeline shift since that pink moon. And that may have been why I felt such a strong energy towards this lunation event when I first mistaken it for a eclipse. So did anybody else feel the timeline shift? Did anybody else feel that movement? Because, oh my gosh, on an energetic level, I felt it. I saw it. It was crazy. So let's see what your number is for the weekend. And you have number 12 with I am a visionary. Creativity is your driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich and you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways that others can benefit from. Crazy that you have number 12 for this weekend, because 12 has been coming out a lot for you during this week as well. So with getting I am a visionary, this is a very strong indication of the things that you are imagining, the things that you are, what's the word I'm looking for? Making mind movies about, when you make a mind movie, if you don't know what a mind movie is. It's basically when you imagine something in a scenic form where you are making scenes of a movie for some type of progression. So there could be something that you have been visualizing, that you have been imagining, that you actually see happen in your reality. Like I said, I feel like there was a timeline shift, so I feel like this reading is going to be pretty interesting for me. Just to see what comes out, but some of you may also be feeling the same. Crazy that you have number 12 with I am a visionary coming out right away. There is something very specific that you have imagined that you're going to see play out in your life. Could very much be this weekend. You also have the energy of Moon and Aries, card number 13, with courage. Believe in yourself. Some of you may have a Moon in Aries. Doesn't have to be. It's just the energy. We are in Aries season. This card is number 13, the number that comes right after 12. So you could see even in the reading so far, the energy is progressing. The movement of the energy is happening. So this symbolizes that caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. So there is some type of courageous action, a brave energy that you are stepping into that is going to specifically bring you transformation on even a higher level than regular. So think about the story of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. When they are in the cocoon, it is very dark. It seems like it is the end of their life, only to transform into a butterfly and live a new life. Be a totally different being. So there is some type of courageous step or brave action or something that you are going to feel called to do or are feeling called to do around this time that has the power to not only transform you inside, but it has the power to transform you on the outside as well, right? Caterpillars and butterflies look totally different. So I feel like there is not only an inner transformation happening for you, but when you are courageous and you are confident and when you do believe in yourself, like there could be something that you are actually doing, right? But when you have that energy inside of you, it will start to show on the outside. So let's see what else you got going on here. We have full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. There's a huge boost in confidence energy coming your way. You are no longer feeling held back. You are no longer fearing other people's opinions. And I say that because Aquarius is the rebel. They don't care what other people think. Sometimes Aquarius energy will purposely go against the grain just because they feel like it. So for some of you, you could be stepping into something that is a slightly different or somewhat quote unquote rebellious to society just because you believe in yourself. You know, a lot of the times when we don't, we kind of just stay the same and we just go with whatever everybody else is doing. There is something that is setting you apart right now. You're not only believing in yourself more, but you are more in that position of your authentic self. And like I always say, authenticity is your highest form of vibration. So the more you hide your true self, the more you vibrate lower. So you are vibrating on a new level, and I feel like you're going to see that happen in your world. So you have Aries energy and Aquarius energy coming in. Now, some of you may have these signs around you or in your birth chart, but you're ready to take a huge, courageous step towards yourself, towards a endeavor, towards a person, towards a situation, whatever the case may be. You are highly favored in doing so. And I'm telling you, there's going to be something that you were seeing in your mind's eye that you will see in your reality. Your angel and aura is renewed connections. Card 32, reunion, reconciliation, intimacy, and forgiveness. So you may see some people this weekend that you haven't seen in a while. You know, on the broad plane of things, it is Easter weekend, and then next weekend is Orthodox Easter. So there could be a lot of energy of people coming back together and getting together. So with this card coming through, you know, I just feel like this deck may just have the, you know, understanding of what's going on in the energy, but maybe some of you don't celebrate that at all, and there could just be random renewed connections that come your way. There could be some type of apologies or an energy of seeing people that maybe you don't see that often, and you will connect or reconnect with them around this time. And you're being called to be you, to be yourself, to stand in your authentic power. I really keep hearing the word opinions, but I keep hearing, I can almost like see the word crossed out. Like I can see the word opinions written out, but then there's like a cross, but like there's like a line through the word opinions. So that gives me an indication that you're like, I don't care about opinions of other people anymore, which is a big thing to get to. It really is. So let's see what your tea leaves are for the weekend and get some more details here before we pull out your tarot. You have the Eye with psychic ability. Trust your intuition. Yeah, and I've been saying that for most of the reading. You have seen something in your mind's eye that you're not only going to just see in your mind, but also see in the physical. And your psychic gifts and your psychic power and your intuition has been giving you downloads and gut feelings about this. You also have the Whale with great worry over nothing. Yeah, right underneath, show the world the real you. So as you step into more of this authenticity and saying, I'm crossing out caring about people's opinions, that could have been something that you were worrying over. And that could be why I saw it like that. I'm trying to like get it out so I see something different. But you do have the Whale with great worry over nothing. So you may even find yourself where, you know, this type of reading reminds me of the Ending Oracle and Starseed Oracle deck that says, you're not for everyone, follow your true north. I feel like you may be in this position of aligning with somebody through your authenticity and it being like a great connection or a great renewed connection. Let's see, your last tea leaf is the money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. So look at your vibration. It is not only aligning you to energies, to people, but it's also bringing you a path of abundance. Now, when the money path comes through, this means that this is available to you. You just have to actually take the free will action. Now, this card is underneath renewed connection. You may hear from somebody and say, hey, Leo, there's a job opening and I thought of you. What do you think? That's a very strong indication for that card underneath renewed connection. Now, others of you doesn't have to play out that way, but there's definitely a path of money that needs your free will action in saying yes to it or taking action towards it or even applying to something. You have a really nice energy here. Let's see what your overall energy is from the tarot and get your spread out. Now, you have eye symbolism, you have whale symbolism, and you have a path symbolism that has coins on it. And for some reason, I'm really hooked on that caterpillar butterfly energy. So you may see something that connects to that as well. Your overall energy for the weekend. Wow. Love abounds with the Ace of Cups. I felt it. I'm like, I love this reading so far. And here we go with the Ace of Cups with love abounds. So new love could be coming into your life. Renewed love as well. The Ace of Cups could be a renewed sense of self-love. Right? You do have this moon in Aries as your first oracle that says believe in yourself. So there is something about your heightened sense of self-love, taking care of you, nurturing you, that is going to either A, bring you more emotional bonds with certain people already in your vicinity and or a totally new love offer coming your way. Now, this weekend you may do something or find something new that you love. You know, like if you're going on vacation, you may love where you go and it may shift things for you. You know, like I say about those places that call to us to travel to. Others of you, there could definitely just be something that you find that you love to do and you didn't know that you loved it. A skill, a hobby, a passion. But there is love coming into your world, Leo. Let's clarify that Ace of Cups and open up your spread. So your overall energy with the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. The Ace of Wands. Very rare to get double aces in your overall energy. There's a lot of new paths opening up for you. There's a lot of new connections. There's a lot of new experiences. And there's a lot of new things for you to do. This type of combination of cards gives me, you may come into information that helps you. You know, you may have always wanted to try something, but maybe you didn't really know what you were doing. And then maybe you hear from somebody or you see somebody post something or this, that, and the other. And you're like, oh my gosh, I trust this person. Let me write to them. Let me figure out how they've done this. It could be, for example, say you want to travel to Japan, but you don't speak Japanese and you're kind of like, I don't know, that feels like it would take a lot of bravery and a lot of courage, but I really want to go. This is just an example. And then somebody, I don't know, maybe you follow someone on Facebook or Instagram and they were just in Japan and you're like, oh my gosh, boom, let me ask them what they did. It's like there could be information coming your way. But double aces is a strong right now energy. So for example, when I read for myself, when I pull out cards and ask a question, I know it's a yes when I get more than one ace. Depending how I put out the spread, this, that, and the other. But aces for me are a yes for the right now. So there is something happening for you this weekend for sure. The timing is now. And I'm really not surprised because I started off this reading by telling you that I feel like there has been a timeline shift. And then boom, 2 aces, the new timeline. So it's coming your way with the Fool. There you go. That 0 energy. So there is new paths. There is new adventures. There is this new beginning that's presenting itself to you in multiple different ways. Now, for some of you, like you're going to have to figure out what's yours and what's not yours. Because now that you have double aces in your overall energy, this could be one area of your life that's getting a major boost. You have the Fool coming through, which does signify a totally new path. Also Aries energy in the same column. But double aces could signify for me new things in multiple areas of your life. Single Leos, this is your weekend. I'm going to tell you that. This is your weekend to get yourself out there. This is your moment to be courageous or show interest or, I don't know, whatever way, shape, or form. Your influence for the weekend, Leo, is judgment. Beautiful. You're learning from the past. You're being guided. You are, you know, when you have judgment, judgment blows that trumpet. And it says, did you learn? Did you learn from the past, or are you repeating it? The Fool comes in to give me an indication that you're not repeating it. I feel like you have, or you also do feel this timeline jump energy. Let's see. What's unexpected for this weekend is the Eight of Pentacles. So something new for you to focus on. Your efforts unexpectedly paying off. Same position of the money path. There definitely could be an opportunity for you financially. This type of combination of cards, you could hear from a job or hear back from a job. Your advice is the Three of Swords. So your advice is to process the pain, process hurt, and let it go. And your outcome is the Five of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like you have a really good energy coming your way. And, you know, you do have the Whale. So I'm not going to lie to you. It looks like you didn't expect this area of your life or this situation to go in your favor. And that's why you have the Five of Swords in your outcome. Because sometimes when we worry a lot about something, and it ends up going even better than we expected, we do have that defeated feeling towards ourselves where we're like, wow, you really stressed this out for no reason. So you may find yourself in that position at the end of the weekend, but, you know, just relish in what's happening. Just be grateful. Just move forward. You know, that's going to happen to us sometimes. Let's clarify this for you. On the Fool and what's coming your way, a new path, a new beginning, taking a chance on something, the Nine of Wands, the Tower, and the Temperance card. Yeah, there is some type of surprise balance in your energy. Something is like being rebuilt in front of you. Now, obviously, you probably put in effort or did some type of manifestations or this, that, and the other. But it's like there's something, when Temperance comes through, there's something about timing. And like I said, with the double aces for me, as a reader, that also signifies timing for me. So there's something about the timing being right for something right now. The timing is right to take that risk. The timing is right to put yourself out there. The timing is right to go down this path. And it looks like it's going to surprise the crap out of you. You're going to be very surprised. But I feel like the surprise comes from this Whale energy. If the Whale wasn't here, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, it's surprising. But it's so surprising because of how much you worried about it. On Judgment, with your influence, we have the Queen of Swords and the Emperor. Look at you. You're literally leveling up in your own energy. You are gaining clarity, male or female, doesn't matter, with the Queen of Swords there. And you're leveling up with the Emperor. A lot of Aries energy in this reading. You have it coming through in your Oracle. You have the Fool. Now you have the Emperor. So I know there's some astrology people on here, which actually I did already have this awareness that Aries and Leo have like some type of trine towards each other. So I do feel like this is a very favorable season for you. Very favorable. You know, if you don't really know much about Aries energy, look it up. They're very bold. They're very action-oriented. They're very swift. They're very quick. It could be of great advantage for you to sit in that energy this season and take advantage of the energy that's being presented to you. For some reason, I feel like don't let this season pass you by and do nothing. I feel the need to say that. Let's see. Eight of Pentacles, because it's being presented to you right here, but aces could come your way. You see floating hands. You see the floating hand? But the hand can float your way, but you don't have to grab it. You're being called to grab hold to this opportunity. It feels like it's a golden opportunity. And it's a rare opportunity. This doesn't happen very often. This doesn't happen often. Nope, it does not. And if you've been on this channel for a while, you'd know it doesn't happen very often. Because I don't know if it ever even happened ever. At least on this channel. On the Eight of Pentacles and your unexpected energy, the Ace of Cups, there it is. Ooh, you have unexpected new love. Could be an unexpected emotional confession or an unexpected offer. Here, Nine of Swords, there's that great worry over nothing. And the Ace of Swords. Look how quickly you get out of the overthinking. Wow. And the fact that this is in your unexpected energy, I can feel the element of very strong surprise here. So the fact that I even have an unexpected position and there are 2 aces again, this overall energy and your unexpected position this does not happen often. This just doesn't. Y'all, I read every day. Almost every day. You take advantage of this. There's something about this week in general for you to take advantage of. And that's why I tell y'all, you don't got to watch every reading because not every reading is going to resonate to you. But I don't only read the cards, I also read the energy of what you have available to you. And this week is a huge one. It's huge. But, if you weren't meant to watch it, you weren't meant to watch it, but you're on here watching it, obviously, if you're listening to me say that. But there's something about this week's readings. If you felt called to them, there was a reason why. 3 of Swords in your advice. To the 3 of Swords again. The Knight of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, yes, the 2 of Swords, and the Empress. You're finally letting go of something that hurt you. You know what I feel like you could also be letting go of? Feeling bad for people that hurt you. Leo, you do have a heart. And sometimes you may feel bad. Like, when you deal with somebody or like you deal with a situation, you're kind of like, wow, they need a lot of growing up to do. Or dang, this person really needs to evolve. Or this, that, and the other. You're like, you know what? I can't feel bad for people not taking their own free will to mature and to evolve. There's some type of release of you like not feeling bad anymore. And maybe even removing shame and guilt from your own energy. And your advice here with the Empress, you have the Emperor in your energy. I kid you not. Maybe 5 readings ago, one of your readings literally said the Emperor and Empress finally find each other again. And look, they're coming through in this reading again. So I'm telling you, there's really something about like the divine feminine and the divine masculine interconnecting with each other. Soulmate, twin flame energy, whatever the case may be. There is a resurfacing of the divine masculine, divine feminine, either on a specific timeline or the new timeline. On the 5 of Swords in your outcome, Page of Swords, Page of Cups, beautiful, 7 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something new sparking your curiosity. 7 of Cups, opportunities feel like the possibilities are endless for you right now. And you're ready. You're like, yeah, I want to put the effort in. I want to do it. I want to see where this stuff goes. I want to live this new butterfly life, right? So you are no longer the caterpillar. And you do have the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. You do have renewed connections. So there is, once again, in your outcome, even in your overall energy and unexpected energy of some type of connection or renewed connection coming in here for you. It's interesting because I feel like this reading is purposely trying to make sure I say both new and past. Because you have all of these aces signifies new or renewed. And I feel like my guides are trying to make sure I keep saying past and new. Now, like I was saying about timeline shifting, you may see in your life around this time or this weekend where the universe, the energy shows you the contrast, right? We just had that Libra pink moon ruled by balance scales. The Libra scales. Libra rules contrast energy. So Libra will show you the old timeline and the new timeline at the same time. But the trick is that you have free will. And Libra rules final decisions or big decisions. So at this moment, you may actually observe this happening for you where you're like, wait a minute, I see the old timeline coming up, but I also see the new timeline coming up. That's the contrast of that pink moon in Libra. And it's asking you, in your own energy, you have judgment. Are you going to stay in the old timeline where that 3 of Swords was a constant? Or are you going to step into the new timeline, the Fool, where things change for you? So you may find that, you know, and I'm going to tell you something right now. It could be in any way, shape, or form. You could have a past love come in while you're interested in a new love. That's the contrast. What do you choose? You could have a past job reach out to you while you're striving towards a new job. That's the contrast. Like there's something going on here where you may see both timelines at once. And that is such Libra energy. All right, in terms of zodiac signs in your spread, though, this is very interesting. This is a very rare type of reading as well. So I really feel like there's something going on with this week. And the energy is still here. The energy is still prominent. It's still potent. And if you didn't watch that Libra full moon reading that I did for you, it was the last reading out. And I specifically didn't do another daily. I did a money reading in between. So you'll see the money reading and then you'll see the really, really pink thumbnail. That's the Libra full moon one. I highly advise you watch that one, especially if you watch this one right now. So in terms of zodiac signs, you have such strong Aries. Such strong Aries. And you have all of these aces. Aries rules the head. Aries rules the first house. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 aces that have the card number 1. And my bells just fell down. I don't know if you heard that. All right, so let's see. Your ending oracle from the star seeds is the blue flame. Y'all. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. There is something happening. There is something happening this week, y'all. And it ain't just on an astrological level. It's on an energetic level. The blue flame. Wow. Honestly, this reading would surprise me more if I didn't feel the timeline shift on my own recently. Like if I didn't feel it, this reading would have shook me to the core. But because I already felt the shift of energy, this reading's kind of just like, oh, okay, yeah, no, something did shift. It's like a confirmation read. All right, are you ready for this ending oracle? Y'all, your jaws are going to be on the floor. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of a spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. Oh my gosh. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it is very scary when you're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as a auspicious experience, with those going through them being treated with tender and care. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it can be much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We first must let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. This isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous or surprising, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate. An awakening without integration can make us feel very ungrounded. If you're in the midst of an awakening, which you probably are now pulling this card, treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes that you and your life are going through. I mean, hello. I have no more words. Even I'm speechless. And you know, that happens occasionally. I'm not always speechless. You know, your girl always got something to say. So this is crazy. This is insane. So Leo, this is what I have here for you for the weekend. Thank you for being here and for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. I appreciate each and every one of you out there. And if you have been sticking with me this week and you've watched every reading this week, isn't this crazy? Isn't this crazy? It's just insane. And I honestly, last thing, I really appreciate all you guys' comments. I love how you guys like communicate with me as you guys watch the reading. I do read your comments. I do respond back. or at least acknowledge that I did read it by hearting it and stuff like that. But I really enjoy the, I guess you could say, online connection that we share, because not only am I reading for you guys, but some of your comments when you tell me stories of what you went through or what you are going through, and it just like goes through the reading, and it's just like, it's even crazier for me to experience reading some of your stories and experiences and what's going on for you right now, or maybe connections that you made that maybe either I missed or that are interconnected in some way, shape, or form. So I just love us. I just love our Leo family here. But that's what I got, Leo. I love y'all so, so very much. Keep in mind, for April, I am not getting out private readings. April, there will be 2 super chat question lives. Instead of private readings, we're going to do 2 lives so I can give more opportunity to the people that just want to ask a question opposed to paying for a whole full reading. So this is what I have here for you, my beautiful, wonderful, amazing Leos. Have a great weekend, and I'll see and talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Bye now.